Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. Hope all is well. Shout out to all my troopers out there, man. I am your host, Q Bracy, and today I have a very special guest with me on the show today. My cousin from Buffalo, New York, the speaker of truth. And today, you see the title, we're going to be talking about Puppet Masters. Um, how did we come up with this topic? So, actually, yesterday, I seen her doing her thing on Facebook, and I said, you know what? I like what she was saying, and so I said, let's get Cuz in here, man, and get her to drop some of these jewels on y'all. Open up your eyes, open up your mind, open up your ears. So yeah, real quick, let introduce them to who you are and everything you got going.
Well, I'm the speaker of truth. I am an advocate within my community. I've run for a couple of different positions within our local government unsuccessfully. and My goal is to raise people's level of awareness. We can't do better unless we know better. If that's a proper introduction.
Yeah, nah, that's dope. And yeah, so we can't do better till we know better. That's a very Aquarius phrase. Knowing, knowledge, information. So like, I was just everybody been talking about this Will Smith thing, right? And like I said, I heard you speaking about it, and for me, it was just one of those things where, like, initially, I was like, "What? This is crazy," this stuff that's going on. But then I started getting a little sad. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, you know, I don't know, cause it just shit feels really crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got princes uh declining to be a prince because they got a girl, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, that type of shit. This dude
Mhm.
left being a prince to get with a female that was already married and divorced, and he stopped being a prince for her. So when I see like a guy like, Will Smith, like, powerful man, but he's literally being emasculated in front of the whole world. And when you see so many men like uh readily like signing up to be emasculated, is very concerning, because if you don't have strong men, you can't have a strong community, because other men going to be looking at you like food. They're going to be like, "Oh, those dudes over there weak. Let me take over," like, I just did a video and President Obama was talking about he's a male feminist, and so with these type of, like, yeah, he said this a long time ago, but like with these type of men running around, it's like you get this unstable behavior of running up on stage when it's supposed to be your night and slapping somebody. That's what happened. That's what male feminists do. You know what I'm saying? But see, um, a lot of people, right, are talking about this situation. And I think the great divide with the situation is whether it's real or fake, right? And I like what you were saying yesterday about connecting the dots and seeing, regardless if this thing is real or fake, connecting the dots and seeing behind the curtain. Like, Will Smith smacked somebody uh for telling a joke that they didn't write. So, like, so now it's this whole thing of, like, is it real, is it fake? But I think the thing is, we've been seeing Will Smith get emasculated now for years. And so I think the emasculation of Will Smith is a real thing. But in terms of looking at the situation itself, what's your take on the situation? You mute it, or you not. Your volume is not coming through. It went out. Hold up. What? Let me see. Say something now. No. I see your mouth moving, but I can't hear you. No, let me see. Let me try this on my computer. Say something. What you say? Go unmute. Say something. Oh man. Why is it doing that? That's crazy. Hmm. Do me a favor. Go leave out and come back in. All right. Cool. Uh we're gonna get Cuz to come back in. What's up with my add to stream? How is my audio removed? All right, Cuz. All right, yeah. So can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear
All right,
me?
cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, my thing. What's your take on it?
Well, based upon the facts that have presented themselves, I believe that it's more likely than not that it was a staged event, and I think that it was staged to create division again within the community. I mean, generally, you can't have unity if we can't agree on anything, and so um I think it was a very effective marketing plan for the drug companies. I think everybody involved was has been well compensated, and they stood more to gain from participating than by telling the drug corporations no. You can't tell them no. You start telling them no, you disappear. You find yourself dead somewhere, committing suicide in a river, or what have.
Yeah. So say a little bit more about the drug situation.
Well, what we have to realize is that um, whenever anything big is happening that we really need to pay attention to, the government often provides us with a distraction. And the people who are in the mix is Pfizer. Pfizer sponsored the Oscars. Pfizer also is very close to bringing to market the first ever drug for alopecia, which is very, I mean, either you think it's a coincidence or it's a red flag. Either you say that's interesting, because if you take into the circumstances that the Oscars were sponsored by Pfizer, that means the writers were paid by Pfizer. That means the host was paid by Pfizer. then it gets a little bit more interesting because Chris Rock was a host. The host reads the teleprompters. The teleprompters are filled with the things that the host needs to say by the writers. So he didn't write the joke, he told the joke. He didn't sit Will Smith and Jada Smith right there at center stage. They didn't do that. So we have to look at not only the puppets that are being put in front of us, but the purse strings. So how likely is it that this was just Chris Rock telling jokes off the cuff? He didn't do that. He read the teleprompter. And now we have this great, and what did he say? He said something to the extent that he likened Jada Smith. He said he wanted to see she should be in the next G.I. Jane. I mean, it wasn't overtly um what I want to say. It wasn't overtly disrespectful. I mean, G.I. Jane, she's a woman. She didn't have alopecia. She shaved her head as a symbol of empowerment. Every other time we see her hair, there's a face more like her whole entire
You going in
a
you
less,
going in and out, cuz a little bit.
area short is a probably before now. Oh, they killing me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. You good?
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So here we have this joke. Here we have Jada Pinkett Smith saying she before the
Hold up.
and
Hold
Jimmy
up.
smacks him.
Hold on. You spitting fire right now, but your phone is breaking up, cousin. What what's your reception looking like? Your reception good?
I have full reception.
Oh, then they must be hating on us right now. That gotta be what it is
They do.
then. Cause you are breaking up. Damn. You was going in. Fuck. I hate this shit.
I'm
I
breaking up.
like I got a love-hate relationship with the internet. Let me go ahead and talk. Let me see if how you coming through now.
Okay. So here we have Wilson is able to secure on stage someone and go sit at his and then later which they give him things don't sense. I mean it goes against the reality that we're aware of. Black people are highly regulated. You're not going anywhere as a black person, let alone a black man, putting your hands on anyone and not being arrested, escorted out to like a on a
Hold on. I want to hold on. I'm
they
stop you
all
right there cuz you still
that's
breaking up.
right.
You still breaking up. But I want to go right there to what you said cuz a part of the puppet strings, a part of pulling the strings, right? Is then coming back with retroactive bullshit that they retrospective bullshit. Like they're now saying that Will Smith, they asked him to leave during the show. Like retroactive shit like that now. They saying, they just keep dropping these little nuggets to make it seem like they really holding him accountable for something, or they tried to hold him accountable, but he was just like a barbarian or some shit.
The illusions. They create these illusions because that feeds the division. It feeds the division. And it validates. And see, there has to, if he held accountable, that validates state about control. Somebody found uh, had this. I said, it's true. He did. Oh, so what is he apologizing for? You understand? I mean, are we not going to be able to joke? Are we not going to be able to poke fun at one another and ourselves and have moments like now all of a sudden it's about to be illegal to be a comedian. Now you can't tell a joke, but understand that any joke that is told, somebody type of way, right? So it's to the stage comes out about the fact that um Jada Pinkett Smith was speaking about alopecia. She's become the spokesperson for alopecia. And alopecia allegedly disproportionately affects African American women. So it's hard to get something that us that can market it by so they need a person puppet who lists again. We in celebrities. We allow them to influence to procedures, celebrities to influence who we vote for. We allow celebrities to influence our beauty standards. Like, so this is why they go, the puppet masters, they go to the pride center. They say in the community, you just go to their leaders, you go to the religious leaders, the celebrity leaders, the
Right.
hood leaders, anybody they look to. Those are the people that you go to and you buy and what? You can't tell me that it is five in a drug incident. So alleged. Does she have alopecia? For physical reasons. You just never know. You
And
never
then it
know, but
got
it's being
deeper.
marketed. We are being
Then it get deeper because my
yeah.
wife was like, I know
There's
people
a
with
lot.
alopecia. It take your eyebrow hair. It takes alopecia. She said she don't even think she has alopecia. You know what I mean? But also in what you're saying and them coming after our leaders and stuff like that. A lot of times when you're a powerful person and people can't come after you, they'll come to your woman with something. You know what I mean? And they'll use her to break you down too. And so this is why we have to really yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like I said, I love what you were saying yesterday because this is pulling back the curtain, and this is what people not talking about. And it's set up that way every
Right.
time, where we always talking about the wrong shit.
And we have a lot of help. We have a lot of help in talking about the wrong shit. This is why the social media was government influence by it in the conscience that we have. Because we're talking about, whether Will should have done it. Was the slap real? When we need to be talking about the fact that Pfizer, well, the A and the CDC now turn the two for three, and now that means that if it's three now and you get the two boosters, now we're up to 5 shots. We're not talking about the government approving a digital dollar. You know what I'm saying? And it just so
Yeah.
happens that at the time that they approved digital dollar during
Cause this shit is
a
too
lot.
good
They
and you
are
don't even
this
know how
broadcast.
much you breaking up. That's the crazy part. This shit is too good. And I hear every 20 words, but I'm like, fuck, it's too good. And this is what I mean when I talk about the
Oh,
mass. This is what I mean when I talk about the emasculation of men, because as a man, you're supposed to have certain morals and principles that make you say, you know what? I know when people look in this way, I know that you want people eyeballs off the situation. I know you want to manipulate people, but you're not going to use me to do it, you know? Um, and this is
right.
when he used it, he said this, which was deep. He said the devil comes for you at your highest moment. And when I originally was talking about this, I was talking about his wife being a devil, and she been a devil for the longest, right? But when you said the devil comes for you at your when I listened to your live yesterday and you started connecting
Right.
all of these dots, I was like, and those was the devils that influenced her and him. You know what I'm saying? So when he said that statement, that was a hell of a statement to even acknowledge the devil. I don't even know if he acknowledged God at all in the conversation. I don't know if he got up there and said, I want to say thank you, God. But what he did say, which was not a negative or positive statement, was the devil comes for you at your highest moment. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? You see what I'm
And that's
saying?
deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a different on that because with the more influence you have over black people, the more does to bidding
Right.
devil that they was in love with money because people care more about materialistic things, more about status, more than they do about their own people. And this is how they're willing to compromise compromise the bigger picture for money, for fame, and fires of the and what to get to press their own and to provide materialistic items.
Nah, I mean, this is, I said it doesn't matter because a lot of times we talk about men being pussy whipped. And so when we talk about that, I said, a lot of men want to overcome their obsession with women, but even there are men who have overcome their obsession with women, but they haven't overcome their obsession with money. And you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I think for me, I just look at it and I say, like I said, man, when Cuz came down and he was breaking down the 5 percenters and everything like that, the 5 percenters is like 85% are dumb, deaf, and blind, right? And then you have 10% that know, but they don't share the knowledge and the information. And then you have the 1%. These are, then you have the 5%, which are the poor righteous teachers. Well, they also call like the 10% the bloodsuckers of the poor. But the whole idea is that as a 5%er, as a poor righteous teacher, you want to have you don't you know you'll never be able to change the 85% from being dumb, deaf, and blind, but you want to be able to guide them. So it's really like the 5% is at war with the 10% to influence the 85%. And that's where we are, because at the end of the day, we it's if we decide to, say money is not everything and all of this stuff. Yeah, well, people don't know that I have a lot of money, but I have created a character. I have concocted my character. A part of my concoction is my history. You see what I'm saying? So, like, my grandfather loved old beat up cars, you know? So for me, I ride a jalopy with a lot of pride because I understand that, this is what it is. My grandfather loved to ride bikes. So and it's like just these things that men pass along in the family, that is like, it wasn't like people didn't have money. It wasn't even about that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, but what I'm saying is that now, right, what happens is I give people financial advice all the time. I'm in a good position financially, but when people look at my life, they don't understand that Warren Buffett is cheap just like me. They don't understand that Shelby Davis is cheap just like me. And they don't go out and spend money on materialistic things and things like that. And they are well off financially. Well, these people, they only want to listen to somebody that looks a certain type of way. And this is where the 10% win, because the 10% give you all of the, it's like they said, what was it? People will sell their soul for silver and gold, you know, or people will sell their soul for the illusion that they'll be able to get silver and gold and never be able to get it. And so then you follow Will Smith or you follow these celebrities thinking that you're gonna be able to live a luxurious lifestyle like them if you partake in the things they partake in. And that's just to string you along. That's just peanut butter in the mousetrap, you know. So that materialistic thing is a serious conversation, because it's one of those where people want people idolize, God says no false idols. People idolize materialistic things. So it's just one of those. And yeah, yeah. So anywho's, I'm pretty sure you heard something. I'm just waiting on you to drop a bomb.
Listen, this thing is the what happened?
What happened with what? I can't hear you. It went out. Okay, I just heard your mic a little bit, actually. No bueno, no sound. Yeah, no sound. It was like going in and out. Can you hear me? Man, these folk, this shit is something else. Yo, this stream, I'm gonna end it, cuz